What does it mean to be masculine in the 21st century? It's a question that's been asked and redefined countless times. Traditionally, masculinity was a term that evoked images of strength, stoicism, and dominance. It was the strong, silent type, the breadwinner, the protector. But in today's world, these definitions are being re-evaluated and reshaped. The perception of masculinity is undergoing a profound transformation. No longer is it confined to the rigid walls of physical strength and emotional invulnerability. Instead, it's becoming a more nuanced concept that embraces a wider range of qualities and values. It's about empathy, emotional intelligence, authenticity, and vulnerability. It's about breaking free from the shackles of outdated stereotypes and embracing the diverse ways in which masculinity can be expressed. As we journey through the 21st century, the definition of masculinity continues to evolve. It's a journey that promises to redefine what it means to be a man in today's world. Societal norms have always influenced our perception of masculinity. Just as the river's course is shaped by the land, our understanding of what it means to be a man is shaped by the society we live in. In the past, the societal image of a man was of a stoic figure, strong and silent. However, cultural shifts in the 21st century, driven by movements like feminism and gender equality, have challenged these traditional masculine ideals. These movements have sparked difficult but necessary conversations, leading to a broader understanding of masculinity. Feminism, for example, has not only fought for the rights of women, but has also played a pivotal role in redefining masculinity. It has challenged the notion that men must be emotionless and invincible, encouraging men to embrace traits like empathy and vulnerability. This shift has allowed for a more inclusive and diverse perception of masculinity, where men are free to express themselves without the fear of being seen as less manly. Similarly, the gender equality movement has also made significant strides in reshaping masculinity. The movement has emphasized that equality is not just about women's rights, but also about freeing men from the constraints of traditional masculine roles. Men are now more than just breadwinners or protectors. They can be caregivers, nurturers, and emotionally available partners. These movements have not only challenged societal norms, but have also empowered men to explore and express their masculinity in ways that feel authentic to them. They have created space for a masculinity that values emotional intelligence, empathy, and vulnerability as much as strength and resilience. However, it's important to acknowledge that this transformation of masculinity is still a work in progress. Many men continue to grapple with the societal expectations of what it means to be a man. But with the ongoing dialogue and the growing acceptance of diverse expressions of masculinity, we are moving towards a future where men are free to define masculinity on their own terms. Cultural shifts have been a catalyst for the transformation of masculinity. And as we continue to evolve and grow as a society, our understanding of masculinity will keep evolving too. In this evolving landscape, men face unique challenges. As the definition of masculinity shifts, men are caught in a tug-of-war between outdated stereotypes and emerging norms. This constant push and pull can often feel like walking a tightrope, where a single misstep can lead to judgment or misunderstanding. Consider the traditional masculine ideal: strong, stoic, and emotionally distant. These traits, once hailed as the epitome of manhood, are now often seen as outdated and harmful. Yet, these stereotypes persist, casting a long shadow over men's lives. They're told to man up, to suppress their emotions, and to embody toughness. The pressure to conform to these stereotypes can be immense, stifling men's ability to express their true selves. On the other hand, societal shifts invite men to embrace a more nuanced understanding of masculinity. Traits like vulnerability, empathy, and emotional intelligence are increasingly valued. Men are encouraged to break down walls, to share their feelings, to embrace the full range of human emotion. But this shift is not without its challenges. Embracing these evolving norms can feel like a departure from familiar territory, leading to confusion and uncertainty. The impact of these pressures on men's mental health and identity cannot be overstated. Men may grapple with identity crises, unsure of where they fit in this changing landscape. Mental health issues can arise as men wrestle with societal expectations and personal authenticity. Anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem are just a few of the potential consequences. Yet, it's important to remember that these challenges are not insurmountable. They are part of the journey towards a new definition of masculinity, one that celebrates diversity, encourages authenticity, and values emotional health. By acknowledging these pressures and their impact, we can begin to navigate this complex terrain, fostering a healthier and more inclusive understanding of what it means to be a man. Navigating these challenges is a key part of the journey towards a new definition of masculinity. The seeds of masculinity are sown early, through education and parenting. From the moment a child is born, the concepts of masculinity and femininity begin to take root. This is a process that continues throughout their lifetime, with education and parenting playing pivotal roles. Let's start with education. School is not just a place for academic learning, it's also where children form their understanding of social norms. From the playground to the classroom, students absorb subtle cues about what it means to be a man. Traditional educational systems often reinforce outdated notions of masculinity, associating it with aggression, dominance, and emotional stoicism. However, in the 21st century, we're seeing a shift. More and more schools are recognizing the importance of dismantling these harmful stereotypes. They're introducing programs that foster emotional intelligence, empathy, and respect for all genders. These programs encourage boys to express their emotions openly and to value qualities like kindness and compassion, which were once wrongly deemed unmanly. Now let's talk about parenting. Parents are children's first role models, and their influence is profound. The way parents talk about and exhibit masculinity can shape their child's perception of what it means to be a man. If a father, for instance, constantly suppresses his emotions or insists on toughening up his son, the child may grow up believing that this is the right way to be a man. On the flip side, parents who nurture their sons' emotional intelligence and teach them to value empathy are helping to redefine masculinity. They're raising a generation of men who are comfortable expressing their feelings, who respect others' emotions, and who understand that strength is not just physical but emotional and mental as well. In essence, the way we educate and parent our children can either perpetuate harmful stereotypes or pave the way for a healthier, more inclusive definition of masculinity. By fostering emotional intelligence and empathy in boys and young men, we can help shape a future where all expressions of masculinity are valued. Education and parenting play significant roles in shaping the future of masculinity. Supportive communities are crucial in this journey. As we navigate the evolving landscape of masculinity, the role of community cannot be overstated. It's here, within these networks of understanding and acceptance, that we can foster open dialogue, allowing men to share their experiences, their challenges, and their triumphs. These communities are not merely spaces for conversation, but platforms for change. By launching initiatives that promote positive perceptions of masculinity, communities can directly challenge outdated stereotypes. They can encourage men to embrace emotional intelligence, empathy, and vulnerability, shifting away from rigid ideals that no longer serve us. But remember, this isn't just about creating safe spaces for men. This is about fostering a society where everyone, regardless of gender, can engage in these discussions, contribute to these initiatives, and ultimately, help shape our understanding of what it means to be masculine. Together, we can redefine masculinity for a brighter future. The face of masculinity is changing, and with it, our world. We've traversed a vast landscape today, from examining the traditional definitions of masculinity to recognizing how cultural shifts and movements are challenging these long-standing norms. We've explored the pressure men face as they navigate these shifting sands, often grappling with identity crises and mental health issues. We've also delved into how education and parenting play pivotal roles in shaping perceptions of masculinity and the importance of fostering emotional intelligence and empathy. But above all, we've underscored the crucial need for supportive communities that facilitate open dialogue and promote positive expressions of masculinity. Because true strength, as we've come to understand, isn't about conforming to outdated stereotypes. It lies in authenticity and vulnerability. Let's rise above these stereotypes. Let's embrace the evolving face of masculinity, In a world where all expressions of masculinity are valued, we can all rise and